Welcome back to your weekly ag update from Blomgren Seed in Boone, Iowa. Today is Monday, July 31st. Bear with us a little bit today. We're going to try something different. As you can tell, we're actually in the canopy of a cornfield. One of the things we want to do with this weekly video series is kind of make you aware of what we're seeing when we're scouting. And I feel like we're really starting to get into a really critical time in this growing season. So we kind of want to walk you through some of the observations we've been making, and hopefully kind of challenge you to take part in some of the activities that we're doing. So we're in a field of corn on corn, and this field about 10 days ago received probably close to 2 inches of rain. Rain was very variable. We scouted it a couple days after that rain, and what we're going to do, I'm going to ask Dane to move around in the camera, but we've talked about root systems being underdeveloped, specifically at the nodal root, and that's what gives us our stability. So let's walk through what happened in this field. You know, corn on corn, planted into good conditions, but then went through that long kind of cold, prolonged stretch. And then since then, we've been dry. We're still, even with that 2 inches, we're still probably 6 or 7 inches below average rainfall in this field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of ask Dane to move down the row, and we're going to kind of look at different stages. So your fifth and sixth node being right at the ground. Normally we would see a solid set of brace roots. We'd see a secondary set of brace roots, and a lot of times we'd see even a third set starting to form. These brace roots have to have moisture to develop. So prior to that rain, we might have had the set at the ground, and as Dane looks around, you'll see there's just a lot of variance. Nodal roots have to have moisture in order to grow. They seek moisture, so they're seeking moisture at the surface. In the absence of moisture, they do what a lot of these have done, which is just basically brown off and die. So as you look, we've got this guy that tried to attach, and the rest just aborted because there's not enough soil moisture for them to grow. So now let's talk about what did we observe out here. So we've got a significantly underdeveloped brace system. And as we look behind me, here I've got a plant that's got that strong base. This guy can take a decent amount of movement. Right behind him is a couple plants with very underdeveloped root system. Now I soak this ground, and if Dane comes in here and looks, even though I've probably got a good developmental root system under the soil, I have no brace. So now imagine a couple inches of moisture, like filling a 5-gallon bucket with water, and this plant can just move all over. So what we observed in this field with our scouting is there's a lot of corn that's starting to lean pretty hard. These roots can continue to develop at a brace level if there's soil moisture, but when we continue to miss soil moisture, they don't have the ability to establish. If we had adequate moisture, these brace roots would come off on the lower side, and they'd actually stand this plant back up. In the absence of that, we're going to see them continue to lean. We're going to try and patch in a picture that we took with our drone from the sky. You can actually see this happening from the sky. You'll see straight lines, and then you'll see you'll see some discrepancy in them, and we can see that. So the thing we want to challenge you guys to really get out and do is make sure you understand the state of your fields. If we don't get moisture, these plants are going to continue to consume the dry matter inside of the stalk, and we're going to continue to see a deterioration of the stalk. This field has a lot of potential. I mean, there's good yield potential out here. It's still doing a nice job of filling these kernels, but as you can see behind me, we're compromised in our ability to stand, and even these plants that are still standing here have almost no brace root development. If we don't get moisture, this is a field I'm going to want to be early to harvest because I've got the potential out there. I just want to make sure I combine it while it's standing up. I'm challenging guys, let's get out and let's know our operation, and let's have a plan in place for which fields are compromised, which fields do we need to be cautious of. And as you can see from our drone in the air, knowing that is going to be critical to a timely harvest. I think there's a lot of potential in these fields, and I think we have, I think we could be pleasantly surprised with some of them, but not if we're not there in a timely manner. So again, we offer the services every week. If you guys want us to come scout, if you guys want us to come drone, you got to reach out to us. Time is ticking away, and the forecast isn't positive. Let's make sure we know and understand where our stock quality is at, so we do well this fall. Get a hold of Dane or I, and we'd love to come out and help you guys out. That's your weekly ag update from Blomgren Seed in Boone, Iowa. Thank you.